Hello, folks. Welcome to the Gobbler Coaches Show. My partner Ray and I are here with Coach Jack Alvarez. Coach, it's been a couple weeks since we've met. Last time we talked, a good Somerset team came to town, and you handled them 41-13, and then had a week off. And then this past week, you went on the road and got your first district win in LaGrange, 56-21. Talk about the LaGrange game and the good things you saw that came out of that game.
Well, what I saw about that game is, one, we won on the road. It's our first district win on the road in I guess 2 years. And I mean, that's been a point of emphasis, because one of the things I told the guys, hey, look, if you're going to be a great playoff team, you got to win games on the road. So we've got 2 wins on the road, and hopefully that's kind of behind us now. It's something we go do. We go win on the road. But what I saw was we came out hot on both sides of the ball. They deferred. We got the ball. We went down and scored. Got the ball. They got the ball, kicked it off to them. Bam, bam. We're aggressive. We knocked the ball loose. We get it, go score again, and then we kind of never look back. So, I think that is a key is start fast, play fast, and usually good things happen.
You mentioned, both sides of the ball. That was one of my notes here. Except for a couple of big plays that LaGrange busted on you, it seems like your team controlled both sides of the ball. And it also, in my opinion, we talk about teams peaking. It seems to me this year's Gobblers, y'all are still on that upslide, that uphill climb toward a peak, which is a good thing with district starting and obviously the second season coming and so forth.
I think you're right. I think a lot of it's our approach to it, and when do we want to be our best? We obviously want to play good all year long, but we want to be best when playoff time rolls around. And we approach it just like everybody else. I hate saying the cliches, but there's 3 seasons. We're in district season, and we're still learning about our kids and our team and each other. And I think the kids are still enjoying playing and going to practice. So when the kids enjoy practice, you can bet the games are even going to be better. I'm not saying we don't make it hard. I'm just saying they're still liking the game, and they're hungry, and that's a whole lot of fun. Defensively, we talked about the other night, and that's one thing that I noticed too. We gave up 2 big plays when the game was in control, and I think that's just, hey, we're way ahead, and ain't nothing like to make a defensive coordinator mad to give up a couple cheap scores late. So I think we made a big emphasis on that. Keep playing, even know how to play when you're ahead a little bit. So that was that was talked about this week, and not to take nothing away from LaGrange, they were really, really fast. If you blinked,
no,
if you played one step wrong, you had a chance to get beat. So
they had. I was talking with Hunter Ashley the other day when I was up here in LaGrange. I mean, they had a lot of physical talent. They had a lot of speed.
They had size and speed. I thought my scouting report, I thought I gave them other 2 guys a pretty good little scouting report the other day. They were big and fast. They looked at me like, how they? I said, I'm just telling you, they're big and fast. Their 4x2, I think, was first or second to state, and their 4x1 was first or second to state. So they definitely have speed, and it didn't hurt anything. Like I said, we came first time they got the ball, bam, bam, and we number 1 gets knocked out of the game. That did not hurt us a bit. I'll tell you that.
Well, the other thing, it's just a simple little play, but I think the third down pass to A.J. Aurora in your first possession after you had the 2 penalties, because you'd have been punting from inside your own 20, and you never know what happened. That was a big play.
That was huge, and I don't know if you noticed, AJ was player of the week on offense this week. He's kind of an unsung hero on our offense. Well, we got all these guys with these great stats, but AJ, he plays both sides of the ball. Then on top of that, he's a dominant blocker. And then to make that third down catch, it kind of set the tone for everybody. It set the tone for the rest of the game for everyone else. So I thought that was really. I'm 100% with you on that.
I didn't know y'all had given him player of the game, funny story. I was watching, sitting in a 4th level of a parking garage at an airport parking lot in Burlington, Vermont, watching on my cell phone, and I was like, okay, this is not starting good. We really need this third down. And I was like, okay. And then boom, you went down and scored, and it was all Cuero after that.
Like I said, I thought that was a key to it. It was a confidence deal, and I don't know, it was good. I saw the same thing you did on that.
Okay, well, good. And then you're correct. They had 99 yards in 2 plays, which was basically half of their offense for the game. They had about 120 total other than that. But, I mean, those two big plays in the second half. But other than that, your defense played really well.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight the Giddings Buffaloes come into town. This is your second game in district, and they come to town. Tell us what we can expect to see from the Buffaloes on both sides of the ball.
Well, they'll be physical on both sides of the ball. That's kind of they'll be strong and physical. And they have overall good team size, and they have, I will say, average speed. They're not as fast as the team that we just saw, but they do things a little different. They're going to try to control the clock. They're going to use their quarterback as their main runner. He's going to run the power. He's going to run the sweep, and he throws it pretty good. They'll be spread looking, but they're trying to spread you out pretty much just to run it with him overall. I'm not saying they won't throw it. The next best player they have to me is number 11. Jesse Delatorre, he's their tight end. He was a really good dominant player for them last year. Him and AJ, they really had he would block on. Go back, if you have a chance, go back and watch that game and watch those two guys go at each other. It was fun to watch. Just you said earlier, game within a game. It was quite a little war with those two. So we're looking forward to that tonight. I know AJ would like to win that war for sure this time. As far as pass run, I will say there'll be more run tonight, and they're going to try to get the time off the clock. When you look at their defense is pretty much, their front line is pretty much junior guys. Number 68, we saw him last year. Josiah Sampleton, he makes you jump off sides. He's one of them guys, he's going to try to make you jump all the time. And last year he did a good job of that. I think he made us jump off side like 5 or 6 times. So we've been working on him all week and how he handles things. But not only does he do that, he's a big kid. He's 6'2", 295. That's what Max Preps has him at anyway. But he plays on both sides of the ball, and he'll also be a sniffer back. Number 44, Kevin Richardson. He's also a junior. Richmond's his last name. He's another kid that looks to be 6'2", 6'3", 230. And then they have a defensive end, number 5. He's a sophomore kid, but he is. His name is Jabri Jackson. I would estimate him again 6 foot, 210, 220. So they got some size in their defensive line. And looking at their weaknesses, I would say they're linebackers and back end. So if we can take care of them front 3 and 4 guys and get in their secondary, we should have a chance at some big playability again.
Which is what you've been doing pretty much all year long with getting exploiting secondaries, with Jerry and his receivers.
Well, that's been fun. I mean, they stopped us running. We got him past. I mean, it's kind of a back and forth ball game with us as far as what we do, and it's just been fun to be able to run and throw. I mean, that's the style of offense that over most of my career I've been able to run. If we could run the ball, it gave us the ability to throw some. But if we could run and throw equally well, we're really, really hard to beat, and that's what it's starting to look like.
Yeah.
And Ray, you have an interesting stat regarding that.
I just flipped to it. 6 games in, we have 1,273 yards rushing. And 6 games in, we have 1,269 yards passing. So we're 4 yards. 6 games in, we're less than a half a yard a game off and being exactly.
I'll give you a stat as long as we win. I don't care if it's all rushing or all passing. I really, really don't care. But
that does cause problems for defenses because they don't know what to key on.
What do you practice against? I mean, when you play somebody who's just a spread team and they never run it, you spend all week practicing your pass defense. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to have to scout you guys and prepare against you because you don't know what you're going to do.
That's what I like.
Hey,
I might not know what I'm doing.
No, you know what you're doing.
Ray, anything else to add regarding Giddings?
We've played him. It's interesting. One of the better. I always consider Wimberley's, who we've played the last several years, is a good matchup. But we're 4-3 all time. We have the 4, they have the 3. We beat them both times we played them in the playoffs. But it's usually been a pretty good. Last year's game, they scored 14 to start. We scored 21 unanswered. It was 24, 21 and a half. Going
back to that, I do think they'll try to steal some possessions on us. That's what they did last year. I think that
they kicked onside and got that
exactly.
Onside kick.
So just from get go, we're not going to put 5 guys in the front. We're going to start with 6 on the kickoff return. Just let's don't give them anything. Just make them kick it to us. I don't care if it's a squib, whatever. Let's just make sure we get the ball on the kickoff returns.
Right.
And the score last year, 35-31 in favor of Giddings.
Yeah. And it was.
It went down to the wire.
Went down to the wire. I know he's alluded to it, maybe not on this, but they have had a tendency to bark a lot of snap counts from the defensive line, and we had.
That's what I was talking about. We have to work
issues with that last year.
Everybody had, even this year. Everybody in short yard situations. I guarantee you, that particular kid has probably made people jump off 30 to 50% of the time. I mean, it's high. So if it's 3rd and 2, and then that's the deal. You're aggressive as an offensive line right there because you want to go forward, and they're going to make you jump. Yeah, it makes me mad too.
All right.
Cheaters.
All right. Well, let's talk about what happened last night in the underclassmen.
All right, let's go. We had our 7th grade B team play a really, how can I put this, an older looking B team, and we come away with the win 22-6. 7th grade, they got in a pretty good battle, 14-10. Actually took a safety to keep them from getting the ball back because we were pinned deep in our own territory, and there was like 3 seconds on the clock. Didn't want to have to punt it to them or get it blocked, and coach did a good job. Because I'm watching it in the booth. I'm like, I'm trying to text people, take a safety, and they took the safety. So that makes me feel good about my guys doing the right thing.
They know the situation.
They knew the situation. So anyway, that was good to get out of that. And then we had our 8th grade game was 22-6. We pretty much controlled that game. That is, I think, our next best group overall. Just as far as size and speed, they're impressive to look at when they trot out there. So, and everybody got in. Like I said, they didn't have an 8th grade B team, so we were pretty much able to. I'm not saying 100%, but it's hard to do that in 8-minute quarters to try to take care of the whole team, make sure everybody gets a little PT. Anyway, main thing we got out of was that group got to win another game. They won district last year, and I expect them to do that again. Freshmen, we go over, we take mainly our freshman team over and play a combined team, and we won that game 14-8. So I don't know if we've ever had a clean sweep since I've been here or not. We got a chance. We'll take care of our business tonight.
Good deal.
Impressive.
What else is going on in the Gobbler?
We had cross country district this week. We're still really young, and if you want a good story on all being really young, Coach Rocha, he will lay it out for you where we're at cross country. But we're really really young with our cross country team with the varsity. But that's where he's putting a lot of emphasis on the junior high program right now. He had one of his guys get a personal best and get 2nd place at junior high district. Eli Garrett's this young man's name. His dad was I think a cross country runner at Baylor or A&M. I'm pretty sure.
We'll take Baylor.
We'll take Baylor.
Don't make him be at A&M.
I know his dad was a college cross country. How about that?
There you go.
And volleyball, they'll be on the road tonight in Gonzales. We really need to win this one to get in. Hopefully, we got some injuries down there. Hopefully, if we can get a win this week and then get our injury situation taken care of, we'll be rocking and rolling, ready for playoffs. Record right now, I believe 22-11.
I think so.
And I'm telling you, we were rolling up to the point.
20, yeah.
We were at one time. We were like 20-5
or something. Yeah. The injury bug got us.
Injury bug a little bit, but And Coach still real positive. He goes, "Hey, I'm playing some younger kids right now. I feel like we're getting better and better, and as long as you're staying positive, knowing you got a chance, I think the kids are going to keep playing hard."
Yeah.
Ray, anything else you want to add before we sign off?
Girls basketball starts in a week.
That's
I
right.
talked to Coach Crane about that this week, and she's got 3 starters returning, she said. So she was anxious to get going.
Chomping at the bit. She was like yesterday, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, that's in the coming weeks. We'll add that to our
I love to talk about that in December. That's fun to talk about basketball in December when we're still playing.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck tonight against the Giddings Buffaloes.
All right, thank you.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Gobbler Stadium for tonight's district matchup between the Giddings Buffaloes and the Cuero Gobblers. Giddings comes in with a record of 2-4 and 1-0 in district, having beat Gonzales last week. And Cuero comes in with a record of 5-1 and a record and 1-0 in district, having beaten LaGrange last week, 56-21. Ray, after talking with Coach Alvarez this morning, it's just kind of the same old thing. Just Gobblers need to do what they do best. That's run the ball, pass the ball, which they've done extremely well all year, and stay away from those penalties. Yeah,
it was interesting. If people didn't get to listen to the coaches show, you missed out on some interesting tidbits. But we're super balanced. 6 games in, there's 4 yards difference between total passing yards in 6 games and total rushing yards. 1274 to 1273 to 1269, 4 yards difference. And if you're watching tonight, I would say look for, if you think it looks like pass, it's probably going to be run, and if you think it looks like run, it's probably going to be pass based on what they may see. But we'll see how that works out. But
that we talked about it in the coaches show, that causes trouble for opposing teams because they don't really know what's coming at them. If you have a run-oriented team or a pass-oriented team, then you can kind of look for that the majority of the time. But with the Gobblers' stats being the way they are, exactly the same almost in both run and pass, it just makes it tougher for an opposing team to
game plan
and
know what to look. Yeah. And I know you mentioned the penalties last year, and you could see it on film. Giddings is notorious for their defense trying to do things to get the offense to jump. I mean, you can watch people bob their heads, and you can't hear it, but I'm assuming somebody's barking something, or they'll switch hands, in their stance, or lift a leg or whatever. So,
which is what the Gobblers are going to see tonight. From what we
it'll be interesting to see, because last year, I think in that game we had 10 penalties for only 70 yards, which tells you that 8 of them were 5-yard. You feel what I'm saying? Illegal procedure type penalties. So
we'll take a break real quick while they do the national anthem. Then we'll come back and talk to you some more about the game. All right, folks, fixing to get this thing kicked off. We've got about a minute and a half. The Gobblers, as you can see, are in green helmets, green jerseys, white pants with pink trim. This month being Cancer Awareness Month, and the Giddings Buffaloes are in all white with, I assume that's black numbers.
They're easy to see, though. I'll give it that. They look kind of like Penn State, except they have logos on their helmet.
Yeah, and the Gobblers did win the toss. They elected to receive. They're going to be heading into this north wind that is hit us just recently. Hadn't gotten any colder, I don't think, but the winds picked up. You just came from out there, Ray.
Yeah, no, it blew in. I was trying to get my yard mowed and get here, but it blew in while I was mowing, and I had set up my pattern to mow depending upon which way the wind blows, so it doesn't blow it all back on me, and it fouled me up. But hey, I missed being here last week. I know you were gone. I think I told you this. It's amazing. I want to thank Oscar, man. Hey, I hadn't told you, Oscar, but I was on the 4th floor of a parking garage at the airport in Burlington, Vermont, watching last week. I watched virtually from about halfway through the first quarter to the end of the game on my cell phone, and the quality was really good. I mean, you could hear John and the other commentator, Ralph. Thank you, but it was interesting.
All right. The kick is fielded by Justice Belvin at about the 3-yard line. He takes it straight up the field, runs over one of his own men, and gets it out past the 25 to about the 27. Deep for the Gobblers was Dason Varela and Justice Belvin. Belvin's the one that took it. One of the things Coach Alvarez mentioned this morning in the coach's show is you got to really watch Giddings and their tendency to, as he called it, take the ball away from you on opening possessions, being trying to onside kick.
Well, last year they scored to start the game. In the second, after they drove on the opening possession and scored, they kicked onside and got it and scored again. And it was 14-0.
All right, Gobblers come to the line. Single receiver split out to the right. Durham in a slot. Rosette drops back, looks downfield, got good protection, overthrows Durham crossing.
For the Gobblers, brings up 2nd 10.
He had a good pocket back there and was not pressured much at all.
Had a lot of time.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Heading into this wind.
Well, you can see the stuff, the pieces of paper and stuff. When the ref drops the ball just blows. I mean, it's not going to sit still on the AstroTurf.
Belvin lined up behind Rosette.
They got 2 inside, Clay, 2 linebackers.
Hands off to Belvin. He tries to bounce it out the right-hand side. Gets around the corner and gets to about the 35 for going to bring up 3rd and 2.
I think it's going to be interesting to see if they go against, what I'm saying, what they've done for 6 games on film.
2 receivers in the backfield, 2 linebackers across the way, which is what Coach Alvarez told us about. Pitches it to Belvin around the right-hand side. He makes the corner, and we got flags. I think it's going to be a holding. That blocker out there, I think it was Plunkett, looked like he held on a little too long. Tonight's game sponsor is Standard Printing. I want to thank them for their game sponsorship.
The hold is going to put it back to the 25, be 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12.
Have some discussion with one of the referees. Looks like he got hurt, Ray. Dr. Hill's going over there with him off onto the track. So we'll work with one less ref tonight.
He was chasing the ball, you know what I'm saying? And look to me like he kind of kicked at the ball and lost his balance on one leg. I wonder if he pulled something.
Oh, you're right. That was the one that was kicking it?
Yeah. When the ball was rolling, yeah, that's him. It was the line judge, or maybe they're going to tape his ankle. Took his shoe off.
So just looking at the deal, we have no. There's no ref. There's one, the back judge, but or the umpire, I mean. Rosette, quick throw out to the right, caught by
LeBron gets most of the yardage back. But did you know what I'm saying, Ray?
Yeah.
There's no referee in the back.
Right. There's only four officials, so there's no back judge. And this is only a 5-man crew. Sometimes it's a 7-man crew.
Burns on the tackle, along with Josiah Zimmer.
Look, the back judge has moved over here to the line judge while this guy's getting his ankle taped. So, all right, here we go. 4th and 2. Gobblers look like they're going to go for it. They line up with 2 backs behind Rosette under center. Turns and pitches to Tyson Williams, and he gets the first down.
That's a nice overcoming a 10-yard penalty on 3rd down.
Tyson Williams with the first down for the Gobblers.
All right, now we have an injured Gobbler on the field.
Number 60.
Yep, Matt Guerrero. The Cuero Record is a longtime sponsor of the Cuero Athletic Booster Club. Pick up your weekly paper at local businesses. The Booster Club appreciates their $2,000 donation that was given a couple of weeks ago. And then we mentioned Standard Printing. They're the game sponsor tonight. They're a trusted sponsor for your office or teaching supply needs. Go see Jerry at Standard Printing. They offer a wide variety of services such as signs, engraving, custom digital work, business cards, and much more.
There's nobody in the state of Texas that's printed more free stuff for high school athletics than Jerry has at Standard. Not to mention that he's the artist behind most of the stuff that's printed. I'm pretty sure of that. I think I'm right on that. The logo of the muscled up gobbler breaking, running, whatever like that. I think Jerry drew that many years ago. All the Cuero logos.
Hands off to Tyson Williams. Tyson gets about 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Clay, they're not shifting their linebackers to this point like our conversation with Coach Alvarez went.
There were still 2 in the box.
There was 2 in the box, and there was one back in the backfield. They're good. They're good size defensively. I mean, 11,
all right, here
44,
we go again.
68.
Trips to the other side, single back in the backfield, two backers in the box. High snap, Rosette handles it, pressured, throws downfield, in and out of the hands of Tyson Williams. Kind of threw behind him.
Yeah.
Well covered, though.
Wind affected it. And we got people hurt everywhere. Getting up Gimpy, 44 and 23. 23 for Giddings going out of the game.
All right, looks like the line judge is making his way back, walking a little better. Rosette, shotgun, empty backfield, trips to the, now we have.
They called, Giddings called timeout. They didn't like the formation. We had 5 wide.
Giddings wanted to get that back judge, that line judge back in the game, so they called timeout. Grace Memorial Chapel is a Cuero Gobblers Booster Club Gold sponsor. For your funeral needs, contact former Cuero Gobbler Marcellus Wesley at Grace Memorial Chapel. They will provide a personal touch in celebrating the life of a loved one. They maintain the highest level of professional standards and quality care. Grace Memorial is also our offensive player of the game sponsor. All right, folks. So as we told you, Cuero is 1-0 in district. Giddings is 1-0 after beating Gonzales last week. Gobblers travel to Navasota next week. The 2 teams undefeated, Ray, correct me if I'm wrong, are Cuero and there are 3 teams.
Yeah.
Smithville,
Giddings,
and
Cuero.
Cuero, yeah.
I think the Smithville beating Navasota was not expected last week. I don't think many people would have predicted that.
Trips to the left, Rosette. Option pitches it out to Justice Belvin around the right-hand side. Good gain.
Justice Belvin with the carry.
You would think if we went for it fourth and 2 from the 35, you would go for it 4th and 2 from the 46.
Looks like they are.
Here we go, offense. Here we go. For the Gobblers.
Johnson, Durham, split to the near side. Belvin. Uh-oh. We jumped. That's what Alvarez was talking about. Look at him. He's telling them.
It was very obvious on film last year, watching last year's game, what they were doing. And you can't, as a defensive player, you can't do anything to simulate the snap count.
This penalty is going to stand against the Gobblers, and I know Coach Alvarez is livid on that deal.
Yeah, because you took a 4th and 2 that you were going to go for. Now you got 4th and 7, and you got a punt into the wind.
All right, Brant Patek is your punter. Deep for the Buffaloes is Lawson Cruz. Wobbly snap, low head high kick that goes out of bounds at the 46-yard line of the Giddings Buffaloes, so they'll start out with pretty good field position. Not a good punt by Patek.
Yeah, the snap was kind of sidewinding, you know what I'm saying, and he did whatever he could to get it off. He had more time than he thought, but from the 41 to the 46, that's only a 13-yard punt.
All right, Buffalo's quarterback, number 10, tall senior, Holden Jatzlau. Shotgun formation. Turns and hands off to the running back up the middle. Gets taken down quickly. Gain of about 2. See who's at the bottom of that pile. Burks, Jander. Brings up 2nd and 8. If you're just joining us, Gobblers just punted the ball away after keeping it for a couple of first downs. High snap over Jatzlau's head. He's running for it. Going to throw it away. In and out of the hands, luckily, of the receiver. He had half the defense chasing him. So brings up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that's one of those you got bailed out by having somebody behind the line of scrimmage, because if he'd have just thrown it there out of bounds, it would have been intentional grounding, because the ball didn't even make it back to the original line of scrimmage, but he had a receiver standing there.
Quarterback looks to his left, pressure, throws out in the left flat.
Tackle.
Brought down.
There you go.
Good tackle there by Dadrian Perez. So that'll bring up 4th down for the Buffaloes. And here they come. Punting team comes out on the field now.
Yeah, if you're them, you have to play with the wind. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give the ball. If you can keep them pinned, keep us pinned. With the wind.
Deep for the Gobblers is going to be Dason Varela. End over end kick. Fielded by Varela. He touches it, picks it up, gets good yardage out past the 15, but man, Ray, he should have let that go in the end zone.
Jatzlau was the punter, wasn't he?
Yep.
Give him 52 on the punt, and we take it from basically the goal line back out to the 15.
Gobblers come to the line. Two backs lined up behind Rosette. Rosette looks down. We got a man wide open. A.J. Arroyo throws it over his head. That's he looked out in the left flat for Tyson. Tyson was covered. A.J. was going right down the middle of the field, and he overthrew.
That was the tight end's dream. He could have had a 85-yard 85-yard touchdown.
Coach Alvarez talked about we'd see something like that tonight, Ray.
Yeah.
I think that was the play. Tight formation, nobody wide. Rolls out to the right, overthrows Xavier Durham. He was pressured, though.
They're basically playing 8 guys in the box, you follow what I'm saying, coming every play. And I think it's going to be, it's much harder to throw into the wind than it is to throw with the wind. But even when you throw with the wind, you tend to overthrow people, you know what I'm saying? And then, like AJ, you're like, I'm throwing into the wind, so you throw it a little harder because you think you're throwing it into the wind.
All right, so Gobblers face a 3rd and 10. 2 receivers split to the near side, 1 to the far side.
But he's still got 2 linebackers, and we only have 1 back, which is not what we expected.
Rosette overthrows Tyson Williams down the middle of the field. So Rosette not as sharp tonight to begin with. That'll bring up 3 and out.
That's going to be a 3-play, 22-second possession. 3 incomplete passes.
Very uncharacteristic of the Gobblers this year. And Giddings stands to get great field position here. Buffalo lined up on the Cuero 45.
Lightning back over there in the south. Ooh.
That's a better punt by Patek.
Bounce our way.
Takes a Gobbler roll.
Bounce again.
To about the 46. So good punt there, considering the circumstances.
Yeah, 31 yards into the wind with no return. Yep, counting the punt, that consumed a whopping 34 seconds.
All right. Buffalo's come to the line with trips to the near side. High snap, hands off to the little running back around the right-hand side, and he's drugged down by Javari Bacon.
Lost a yard.
Bacon pursuing him the whole way and drops him for a 1-yard loss.
Well, they've rushed it twice, once for 2 yards and once for -1.
Two receivers split to the far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun. High snap again. Quarterback keeps it himself, and he's dropped for another loss. Dadrian Perez, Jeremiah Wilson, you name it, they were there. Brings up 3rd and 14.
So I'm not sure why. There we go. The ref's trying to get the clock started, and it finally started.
All right, 3rd and 14 for Giddings. Ball set up at the 50-yard line. Hands off over the left-hand side. Big yardage, but still going to be short of the first. Brought down by Adrian Perez. Brings up 4th and 4.
It's interesting. We certainly blitzed on 3rd and 14 in the little trapper draw. Yeah, I'm saying wasn't enough for the first down, but it certainly puts them in a good position in 4th and 4.
All right, here we go. They're going for it. Play clock's under 5. They get it off. Quarterback keeps it himself over the left-hand side. Goes nowhere. Burks brings him down. Dadrian Perez tried to strip it before Burks drug him down. Ball goes over on downs. So the Gobbler defense holds once again. Cuero will take over at their 40. If you're just joining us, there's 4:07 left to go in the first quarter. The score is 0-0.
Yeah, the wind's definitely been a factor. Front blew in about an hour for kickoff, hour and a half for kickoff, and Cuero's going into the wind the first quarter here.
Rosette, quick pass out to the left, caught by Durham. Tries to stiff arm the Buffalo, gets drug out of bounds. But not after a first down.
Is that Xavier Clay? I'm sorry, or
Yes.
LeBron. Say thank you. I'm catching up to change of possession here with time. Yeah, pick up of 11 on first down, for a first down.
Johnson split one side, Durham split the other side. Tyson lined up behind Rosette. Pitch to Tyson around the right-hand side. Tries to get to the second level and does. Gets around the corner, down the sidelines. And he's going in for the touchdown, folks.
Yep. Oh, I got a flag.
Oh, we got a flag. Of course. Oh, man. Looks like it is coming back. The dreaded hold. All right.
So Tyson picks up 9 on the carry, but the hold for 10 makes it 1st and 11.
Good 49-yard run there by Tyson Williams, but for naught.
Well, he's good and stretched out now. How's that? Got the hamstrings loose.
All right. Williams, Johnson split to the far side. Jones in the backfield. Fake to Jones. Rosette looks downfield. Breaks the pocket. Rolls to his left. Going to keep it himself. And is driven out of bounds after a short gain.
AJ was open deep again. He just didn't. He couldn't plan himself. You feel what I'm saying? To throw it. He got hit before he got it off.
All right, going to bring up 2nd and 9. Ball spotted at the Giddings 48-yard line. Johnson and Durham split to the far side. Rosette pitches to Williams over the left-hand side. Gets taken down after a gain of about 3. Going to bring up 3rd and 6. Clock goes just under 3 minutes.
They just really, they played the 3 deep. Cornerbacks don't play a lot of pressure. They got 3 defensive backs, and the other 8 guys are all within about two or 3 yards, you know what I'm saying, of the line of scrimmage.
Siler Jones lined up behind Rosette. Rosette throws quick out to the left flat. LeBron Johnson gets about 1 or 2. So that's going to bring up another 4th down for the Gobblers. Not a good sign for Matt Guerrero down on the sidelines. on crutches.
Uh-oh, yeah, he sure is.
So doesn't look like he's coming back in the game.
Got ice on that ankle.
All right, here we go. 4th and 4. 2 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. Now Rosette goes out into the flat. Tyson keeps it himself, throws it up.
Caught.
In and out of the hands of Arroyo. Man, that was almost intercepted, though.
Yeah.
Ball goes over on downs. So this has been a defensive battle tonight, folks. Little trickery by Coach Alvarez there to try to get the first down. Doesn't work. 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes from their 43-yard line. 3 receivers split to the far side, 1 to the near side. Quick pass in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Dason Varela was there,
yeah.
though, to almost take the deflection.
Those, you don't expect it to be deflected. You're going to make the tackle, and if you could know that he was going to touch it, it'd been 6 the other way.
Quarterback takes a high snap, gets dropped for a loss. Brant Patek and Adrian Perez.
Tell you what, the center for Giddings isn't helping their quarterback out any. I mean, when you got to jump every time, your eyes you go up, you can't see what's going on downfield.
Jatzlau's a tall kid.
Yeah.
All right, so a loss on the play brings up 3rd and 11. Quarterback drops back. He throws a wobbly pass over the head of his receiver.
That was
almost picked off by Dason Varela, incomplete.
A.J. Aurora didn't rush. He was kind of like a zone. You know, the linebacker went and A.J. dropped in coverage. He's the one who put his hand up.
So
from his defensive end, you follow what I'm saying, position? You see that on Saturdays and Sundays a lot. You don't see it very often, at least I don't in high school ball. But
deep for the Gobblers are going to be Dason Varela and Xavier Durham.
Yeah, it's good to put 2 guys back with the wind. I like that move.
High end over end. Fielded by Durham.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds.
All right, Gobblers will take over with 44 seconds left to go in the quarter at their own 17-yard line. I'm sure they're ready to get facing the other way. We'll maybe air this thing out some.
Yeah. Giddings, Cuero hadn't allowed Giddings to have a first down.
Well, I was going to ask you, what's their total yardage, Ray?
Let's see. 12, 13, 9. 12 total yards of offense in the first quarter for Giddings.
Okay. 2 receivers split to the far side. Rosette hands off to Belvin over the right-hand side. Gets about 5. A score of note in the area. Yorktown 49, Pettis 0 at halftime.
Yeah. I think, well, it's fixing to switch because we're fixing to go with the wind. But I think I'm going to be anxious in the third quarter to see. I think we'll stick to running the ball more. We've had a lot of incomplete passes into the wind when we've proven we can run the ball on the ground.
Rosette pitches to Belvin around the right-hand side. He gets the first down, and that takes the clock to 0 in the first quarter with the scores
0
Cuero 0, Giddings 0.
Let's see the balls.
Energy Waste is a longtime gold sponsor of the Cuero Gobbler Athletic Booster Club. They're a full-service rental company with modern equipment and exceptional employees that believe in exceptional service for their customers. In business since 1986, they're committed to customer service. Contact Energy Waste at 361-275-2220. First quarter sponsor tonight was the Cuero Record. We want to thank them for their first quarter sponsorship.
Actually, Clay, in the first quarter, Giddings had 6 rushes for 7 yards, and they were 0 for 4 passing. Cuero had 44 yards rushing on 9 carries, but we were only 3 of 9 passing for 23 yards. So about 65 yards of offense for Cuero to 7 for Giddings in the first quarter. But the big, obviously we'd had it scored if we hadn't had the holding call, but that killed that drive.
All right. The injured referee is back out again, so running with a short crew. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Rosette pitches to Belvin around the left-hand side on a jet sweep. He gets out past the 35 to about the 37 and close to a first down.
That helps your passing stats.
We're going to bring up a 2nd and 1.
The 37-yard line, 2nd and 1.
Durham and Johnson split to the near side. Rosette, shotgun. Takes a snap, flags on the play.
Yeah, they called it on the
there you
defense.
go.
There you go.
There you go. They
Barking signals.
Yep.
Simulating the snap. They call it delay a game when the defense does that.
All right, so that's going to bring up a first down for the Gobblers. Ball's going to be spotted at their 42-yard line.
Last time Giddings came to Cuero won. You don't see this much in a high school game. Was 2013. They played in Cuero. Score was 24-20, and there were 3 made field goals in that game.
2 receivers split to the near side. Rosette, he's pressured, throws downfield, deep, got a man in and out of the hands of LeBron Johnson. Flag on the play. Flag in the offensive backfield. Good pass there by Rosette.
It was on the money.
It was on the money.
It wouldn't have mattered with the holding, but it was still should have been caught.
So that is the call, holding.
Yeah, they got
Jones and Durham split to either side. Rosette
nice
throws a
call. Go
little
inside.
Screen pass to Belvin.
He's gone. No, I'm sorry. I didn't see that guy back there.
Gets into Giddings Buffalo territory, though.
I still wonder sometimes why we built the new press box that has bars. Those two defensive backs were right. You know what I'm saying? When I looked up, I saw nobody, and then suddenly two guys stepped out from behind the bar in the window. Nice screen pass, though.
Up-tempo, Gobblers go up-tempo, straight to the line. Always do that on big plays, right after a big play. Pitch to Williams around the left-hand side. He reverses field. Got a block by Rosette. Got some room. Good block by Jones.
Touchdown.
Creating block by Jones. Donovan Jones.
Yeah, it's a good job by the receiver blocking downfield.
For Tyson Williams to go in for
33 yards.
33-yard touchdown. Started it out to the left-hand side, reversed the field, got some good blocks, and went in untouched. That touchdown brought to you by Lance Tire Service. Kason Jander is your kicker. Daniel Houston is your holder.
That was Kason snapping. Crane's kicking.
Oh, you're right. My bad. You're right. Harrison Crane, your kicker. Jander, your snapper, and Houston, your coach.
We need to call all three of them. They're important.
You're right.
It takes all three of them.
And the extra point was good. So with 9:49 left to go in the half, that brings the score to Cuero 7, Giddings 0. Visit Limitless Off-Road and Performance for all your off-road needs and customization, providing the Crossroads with the best lift kits, performance parts, and truck accessories with competitive pricing. And don't forget, on Tuesdays, it's Tender Tuesday at Bush's Chicken. Bush's Chicken is a gold sponsor of the Cuero Gobblers All Sports Booster Club. We thank them for their support.
This is where you just want to be interesting to see what they do with Harrison with the wind. We've been kind of kicking the low squib kick, you know what I'm saying, most of the time. But
yeah, I'm sure his kick will be, even if it's a squib, I'm sure with the wind it'll travel pretty good.
Well, he hadn't run at the ball this far all year, Clay.
Yep, squib kick down the middle of the field, fielded at the 20-yard line by the Buffalo.
Nowhere to go.
And he is brought down by a host of Gobblers led by Devin Blunt and Mason Nataro.
5 yards on the return. That's good. They had, Giddings didn't have a JV and a freshman team, so they kind of played a combined game. So some of the kids who would normally start on the JV are getting to play some special teams plays, you know what I'm saying, and get in the game tonight, which is good experience.
All right. Single receiver split out to the left-hand side. Quarterback shotgun fakes the handoff and tries to go around the right-hand side, and he's dropped for a loss. Patek and Jander. Loss of 1, bring up 2nd and 11.
They've run the ball 7 times and only gotten positive yards on 2 of the 7.
Three receivers come to the near side. Quarterback hands off to the running back up the middle. Gain of about
5.
Brought down by Arroyo. And Jeremiah Wilson. 3rd and 6.
Timeout, Giddings. Their coach saw something he didn't like because he came sprinting toward the ref.
The Woodhouse Day Spa is a proud sponsor of the Cuero Gobblers Booster Club. As the Woodhouse Day Spa brand has grown into one of the most lauded luxury spa brands in the country, its full-service spa menu has also expanded. Guests can delight in more than 70 spa treatments, including massage therapies, facial rejuvenation, whole body treatments, sleep therapies, expert manicures, pedicures, waxing, and more.
Tell you what, Clay, we got the win. I didn't say this after that score by the Gobblers on their last offensive possession, but went 83 yards in 5 plays.
Yeah, that
you know, and of that, 44 was I gotta see, 44 was on the ground and 43 was in the air. So almost 50-50.
There you go. Balanced attack. 3 receivers to the near side. Come the Buffaloes. Quick pass out to the left to the running back, brought down by.
You're not gonna make it first down.
Jeremiah Wilson.
That's a good job by Wilson.
All right, now we're going to see how their punter does against the wind. Deep for the Gobblers are going to be Varela. It hits the wind and stops like a pitching wedge.
Yeah.
Goes out of bounds right at the 50.
So a 19-yard punt.
So Gobblers will take over with good field position, leading 7-0, 7:23 left to go in the half. Looking to put more points on the board, extend this lead.
Yeah, it looked like that punt just looked like it hit a wall. I mean, it was whoop, and then went straight down, like you said, a wedge.
All right, Johnson and Durham to the far side. Rosette gives it to Tyson Williams around the right-hand side. He hurdles one defender, gets into Buffalo territory. Gain of about 7. Zyler Jones lines up next to Rosette in his shotgun. Rosette looks to his right, throws out, caught by Durham. First down, Gobblers. Too easy right there, Ray.
Right, yeah, really.
Gain of 8, down to the 35.
That was Durham, wasn't it?
Durham.
Thank you. With the 4 and the 3, sometimes when they turn sideways, I should recognize. They both have the pink shirt hanging out. You know what I'm saying tonight? So
trips to the far side. Rosette hands off to Jones over the right-hand side, gets down inside the 30. Going to bring up 2nd and 4. Jones and Williams both in the backfield now. Rosette keeps it himself Throws out in the left flat. Caught by A.J. Arroyo, wide open.
Block.
Inside the 20, down inside the 10, driven out of bounds at about the 8. Great execution there. Rosette to Arroyo.
All the way down to the 8.
Hands off to Tyson over the right-hand side. He's horse-collared and dropped for no gain. I think they're going to give him one.
One, yeah. Even though it's over only 7-0, you hope Cuero punches it in here, but the stats are becoming pretty lopsided, once the wind shifted. The wind didn't shift. We shifted direction with the wind.
I got you. Quick pitch out to the left-hand side. Tyson Williams fights his way in for a Gobbler touchdown. That's just good running there by Tyson Williams not to go down on the first contact.
Right, yeah.
And just get into the end zone for a Lance Tire and Automotive touchdown.
We saw some of that on film. It's interesting. One of the things that Coach Alvarez looks at is he tries to pick out who's not a good tackler. I'll say it that way. Say it, hurry. He
Barely made it.
Yeah.
With the wind.
With the wind. But he looks for who's not the best tackler. You know what I'm saying?
And goes at him.
And goes at him. And that was just a guy reached out and just kind of grabbed at him, and Tyson ran right through it.
All right, folks, 4:37 left to go in the half. Gobblers go up 14-0 following the Tyson Williams 7-yard run.
Yeah, that was a 50-yard drive. Six plays, 29 yards in the air, and 21 yards on the ground.
Big play on that drive was the Rosetta Arroyo bootleg down the Buffalo sideline to get it to about the 8.
Well, at this point, with 4:37 left in the second quarter, Cuero has 9 first downs, and Giddings is yet to convert a first down.
All right. Ball blows off the tee. Adrian Perez will help Crane out here. Another squib kick, fielded at about the 17. Ooh, cut down hard.
That's a good hit
by
17.
Justin Banda.
Boy, he put a hit on him.
Boy, he did. All right, so Giddings will start at their 30-yard line with 4:27 left to go in the half. Two receivers near side, one far side. Handoff up the middle, nothing.
There's just nowhere to run for them.
Jander.
I like this.
Bacon.
Cuero called timeout. We want to hold him and get the ball back.
Yeah, get another score with the wind. Heck yeah.
Number 3 carry it, Clay. I'm sorry for them. 3 or 13s or 2, but it's hard. They would have the same number.
I don't.
Doesn't matter.
I wasn't paying attention. I think it was 3.
I don't keep. Yeah, I think it was 3 too, but no gain. Yeah, listen to their rushes. 2 yards, -1, -3, no gain, -1, -1, no gain, and the 2 of significance, they had a 5-yard run, and then they had a 10-yard on that kind of draw when it was
that they were already behind the chains
anyway. Yeah, it was
anyway.
3rd down and 14, and you're thinking pass, and they run. But on running downs on 1st and 2nd down, they're probably negative.
Yeah.
for the game.
What are you doing? You're at the football game. Do you live in Cuero?
All right, here we go. Second and 10. Quarterback drops back.
Boom.
Drop for a loss
Who is that?
by
15.
Adrian Perez.
Cowboy.
Man.
Timeout called by the Gobblers.
Yeah, the Gobblers call another timeout. Going to have plenty of time.
He lost 6 on that one.
Going to have plenty of time to get this ball back and put another score on the board. RNC Insurance, located at 212 North Esplanade, Cuero, Texas. Stop by and see Rich Carbonara and his staff for your insurance need. Their number is 361-277-9800. RNC is also our halftime sponsor. All right, so the Buffaloes face a third and long into the wind.
They now have 10 rushes for 5 yards.
Third and long into the wind with no passing game seen as of yet. And they're not going to
Quarterback
pass
draw.
it. They're not going to pass it. Brought down by Patek
We called our
and Barks.
last time out.
Or Partek and Jander. So Giddings faces a 4th and 12.
Timeout called by the Gobblers.
You know, Ray, we talked a couple weeks ago, and we've talked about it off air. You know, we got a lot of listeners, and we have some listeners in all over the United States. One of them in Lawton, Oklahoma.
Ah,
So we
had some relatives on my mother's side of the family live in Lawton, Oklahoma.
we're worldwide.
Yeah.
At least we like to think so.
But right, no, hey, I was probably 2,000 miles away last week.
We have some of them listening from the Clinton Street Social Club, and we have some of them listening in Lawton, Oklahoma tonight. So
Right.
thank y'all very much.
4th and 12, punting into the wind. Still yet to have a first down for Giddings, Clay. Unless they do something funky and fake a punt here, which I wouldn't suspect.
Deep.
Ooh.
Oh, man. That was
Get
a
away.
pitching wedge right there. That was a nice pitching wedge right there. Let's
see, where does he walk back to?
That thing hit the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it went. He punted the ball from the 28, and the ball went out of bounds at the 35. So
when it went off his foot, it looked good.
yeah, that's a 7-yard punt with no return.
That was probably a gap wedge right there, though, Ray.
I know Coach Alvarez was expressing a little displeasure with how quickly they were stopping the clock. They ran 3 plays, and we called a timeout every time, and they still managed to burn 47 seconds.
All right, here we go. 3:50 left to go in the half. Gobblers looking to put more on the board. They pitch to
he's wide
Williams.
open.
He's looking, got a man wide open, caught. Xavier Durham, touchdown Gobblers. Man, that pitch to Williams around the right-hand side sucked the whole defense up. Xavier Durham out there wide open. Tyson underthrew him, but Xavier adjusted well, caught it, and went in.
Well, he told us he had one back throwing the ball on the play sheet tonight, and that's a good time to use it after what is essentially a turnover when you get the ball and at their 35-yard line.
Too bad he doesn't have any more timeouts. He could
He
could burn some more and try to get the ball back again. High snap, fielded good by Houston, driven through by Crane. So, folks, 3:39 left to go in the half. Gobblers lead now 21-0. That touchdown was sponsored by Lance Tire Service.
Well, that was a whopping one-play, 11-second drive. We may have time to get another one. We can't stop the clock, but even if they run it 3 times and don't make a first down, they're going to punt it back to you with about a minute and a half left.
We'll see. It would not surprise me.
Yeah.
We also have listeners in New Braunfels, Ray. Let me throw that out there.
Okay.
Your kid's listening anywhere?
He's in New York City.
New York City, there you go.
Oh,
there was a good
kick.
kick.
Right at it.
Fielded at
the guy didn't even take a step, man.
Fielded at the 15-yard line, gets out past the 30. Brought down by Garrett Lance and Harrison Crane.
It's always nice when your kicker makes the tackle.
Back when I kicked, I was the safety.
You were the same. Right.
They said anybody gets past you, then we're done. And luckily, I never had to make a tackle. So how times have changed.
Right.
All right, here we go. 3:29 left to go in the half. Giddings trailing 21-0. Quarterback hands off to the running back up the middle. Busts one tackle and gets out past the 40. Good first down run there by Giddings.
Yeah, it looks like I don't want to jinx us here, but they may convert their first down here.
2nd and 1. Three receivers come to the near side.
Go defense! 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 Defense!
Another handoff to the running back around the right-hand side. He gets the first, but he's lifted up by Javari Bacon and A.J. Arroyo, along with Justin Banda. Justin Banda is the one that drove him back, but not after the Giddings Buffaloes get their first down.
First down. That may be enough, even if you hold them here to kill the clock on the half. But we'll take a 21-point second quarter anytime.
Looks like they're content and handing off and getting positive yardage on first down, both series.
Yeah. 3's been their best ball carrier so far.
Brings up a 2nd and 6.
Clock ticking at 1:46.
All right, empty backfield. Quarterback's going to keep it himself, though. Close to the first down, maybe just short. All right.
Thank you, Mikey.
Our old friend Mikey Cantu in the booth.
Yeah.
Hand off to the quarterback, or he keeps the quarterback, keeps it. Little Mike Cantu and Ray and I called the state game about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
We did.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate
Thanks.
it. All right, so another first down for the Buffaloes with the clock going under a minute, 42 and counting. Looks to throw, dropped by almost dropped by Javari Bacon.
Incomplete pass by Giddings.
I stand corrected, Ray. We're being listened to at the Clayton Street Social Club, not the Clinton Street.
Well, there's a Clinton Street and a
I
Clayton
know,
Street.
I know.
Yeah.
But I just had to get that correction.
There
in
you go.
Those people, the people down at the social club, I don't want them to get mad at me for listening it wrong. So, all right, here we go. 27 seconds, 2nd and 10 for the Buffaloes. Handoff up the middle. Brought down by half the defense. And Giddings calls a timeout. The majority of Giddings' point yards has come on this drive.
That's right. No, they've moved it from their 32 now to the Cuero 33, so they've moved it 35 yards, and that's more offense than they had the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possessions.
Right.
Well, this is their last time out, Clay. Okay. So, and I don't even think, even if you were to complete the ball and get out of bounds, I can't see him throwing it 33 yards in the air. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the end zone, into the wind. He might. I mean, he probably has that on. But, I mean, if he's back at the 40 after dropping back, that's a pretty good heave into this kind of – you feel what I'm saying? Into this kind of wind. So, if you're Cuero here, all you're thinking is you don't care how many yards they make, just tackle them in the field of play, and the half is over. Unless you're playing in Navarro, because then you get 3 plays in 16 seconds.
All right, here we go. Quarterback drops back, pressure, throws across the middle, incomplete. He's slow to get up. He got leveled.
Yeah, he got leveled. He did. They got some good-looking kids. They're tight end. Coach Alvarez said that he thought offensively their quarterback and the tight end, number 11, were their 2 best offensive players. But they've completed 1 pass for 2 yards, kind of on a little just stand up, throw it to the sideline, like a slip screen.
Yeah.
They've not had time, but they got their tight end split.
All right, here we go.
Wide right.
4th and 4 with 10 seconds left. They got 3 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback steps up in the pocket, throws downfield, in and out of the hands of the receiver. Good coverage there by Durham, but
almost let him catch it.
Almost let him catch it. Wow, that wouldn't have been good. Getting some momentum going into the halftime like that.
Well, if you're Coach Alvarez, do you take a shot here or you just take a knee?
Man, I don't know.
You might as well take a shot. You got the win.
Well.
You got the win. Now, they're going to be playing forever back, but you never know. You get a defensive penalty.
Right. All right, well, let's see what they do. Johnson one side, Durham the other side. And Rosette's going to, Rosette pitches it out to Belvin, and he almost loses it, and that'll end the half. So, folks, at halftime, Cuero Gobblers lead 21-0. We are going to go down to Cantu, Mike Cantu, down on the field. He's going to talk to Coach Alvarez as Coach Alvarez walks into the locker room. Get Coach Alvarez's take.
Coach Alvarez, Mike Cantu with Gobbler Sports, halftime sponsored by RNC Insurance. Score is the score is 21-0, Coach. What are your thoughts on the first half?
tough conditions out here right now, and now you're making excuses, but I think it kind of slowed us down a little bit early. Kind of got everything under control right now. Kids are, kids playing hard, playing really good defense right now. As long as we're playing good defense and getting the ball back, we're always going to have a chance.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much. Guys, back to y'all.
All right, thank you, Mike. So there you have it. We can see it up here in the press box, and Coach Alvarez sees it down on the field. It's just tough conditions with this north wind blowing straight in your face. So Gobblers had much success with the wind, not much success against the wind. So, folks, we'll be back. Enjoy some band, and we'll be back with some stats and some underclassmen scores, and also Gobbler athletics. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Giddings ISD is proud to present the 2021 edition of the Giddings High School Mighty Buffalo Band under the field direction of Soto. Color guard captains are Veronica Davis and Emily Hernandez. Tonight, the band presents the 2021 UIL competition show, evoking ancient Asian traditions and cultures. This original music for marching band is entitled The Far East. Proudly introducing the 2021-2022 award-winning Cuero High School Schrotters dance team. Dance team officers are Captain Sarah Scott, First Lieutenant and All-American Dancer Dakota Bastine, Second Lieutenant and second-year All-American Dancer Haley Hale, Second Lieutenant and second-year All-American Dancer Lizzie Ortiz. Social officers are Caitlin Cowie and All-American Dancer Soraya Sanchez. Congratulations to our Charter of the Week, Ms. Hannah Perez. The Charters are under the direction of Daniela Perales. This week, the Charters will be performing to Cool Kids, played by the Cuero High School Band. So sit back and enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field the Fighting Gobbler Band. The Gobbler Band is under the field direction of junior drum majors Emily Jones and CJ Burden. Tonight, the Gobbler Band will perform their 2021 UIL Fall Production Wanted, featuring the music of Muse, Billie Eilish, and the Anthem. Soloists for the band are Brianna Gutierrez, Christopher Meyer, Armando Hernandez, Buck Turk, Brittany Valle, Philip Alm, and Natalie Monroe. Directors for the band are Rick Barilla and Garrett Laird. Color guard instructor is Miss Katie Hayes. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, folks, we're back. Real quick, we're going to give you a recap of the first half stats. Go ahead, Ray.
All right. Well, we'll give you the total stats and then break it down a little bit. First downs, Cuero 10, Giddings 2. Cuero 15 rushes for 94 yards. Giddings 17 rushes for 44. Yards passing, Cuero 131 and Giddings 2. So total yards, 225 for the Gobblers, 46 for Giddings. Cuero was 8 of 14 with no interceptions. Giddings only 1 of 8 with no interceptions. Cuero punted twice for 44 yards, 22-yard average, both of those into the wind. Here's one of those interesting stats. Giddings 4 times for 119 yards, but when they punted in the first, when he punted with the wind, he had 2 punts, averaged 46 yards a kick. When he punted into the wind, he had 2 punts, averaged 13 yards, 13 yards a kick. Penalties, I think Jack would be pleased. Clay 3 for 25, 2 of those hold, only 1 false start. Giddings only 1 for 5. The delay of game for their defense barking out signals.
Then he got him to call a delay of game for doing that.
Call that. Harrison Crane's perfect on extra points, 3 for 3. Here's a big telling stat. Average yards on first down. Cuero's had 15 first down plays and averaged 10.1 yards a play. Giddings had 8 first downs and only netted 13 yards on their 8 first down plays for an average of 0.6 yards. Neither team's doing anything on third down. Cuero's 0 for 4, Giddings 1 of 7. Cuero is 1 for 2 on fourth down, and Cuero's leading in the time of possession. But I think this is an interesting stat. Cuero had 56 yards of total offense in the first quarter, 3 possessions going into the win, and 3 possessions in the second quarter with the win, 169 yards. So, and we'd have more yards if we didn't have short fields, but they're punting into the win.
Yeah.
Our touchdown drives have been 35 yards, 50 yards, and we did have one that was 83 yards. Individually, statistics real quick. Justice Belvin, 6 carries, 27 yards. Tyson Williams, 8 carries, 65 yards, 2 touchdowns. The receiving is really spread out. LeBron Johnson, 2 for 12. Xavier Durham, 3 for 54 and a touchdown. Justice Belvin, 2 for 44 with the 35-yard screen pass, and the big pass to A.J. Aurora, 1 for 21. And Rosette, 7 of 12 for 96. And Tyson Williams, 1 of 2 for 35 yards and a touchdown. So we'll fill you in the gaps in between breaks and stuff about what else is going on in Gobblers sports. We wanted to let everybody see the band's UIL performance before they go to contest tomorrow. So hopefully you enjoyed watching that if you were doing that. And we will bring a few other things to you as we get play back underway.
All right, we're fixing to get this second half kicked off. Gobblers will be with the wind in the third quarter.
Let's turn this bitch on and give him a live performance. Hell yeah.
Hey guys! Let's go. At least go get something to eat after this. Y'all have to pay though. Oh, contestant, we need our Bush's
All right,
sandwiches
kicks
tonight.
off to the Giddings Buffaloes, and he brings it out to about the 14-yard line, and he goes nowhere. They're probably going to give him less than that. Going to give him about the 13, so
that's good coverage.
Good coverage.
Ball went to the 5, a low kick on the ground, but I mean to get down the field that quick, and good job.
All right, so they're actually going to give him the 15. Forward progress, I guess.
Defense! Defense!
But still good coverage.
Yeah, we're still the one official short. They're calling the game with 4.
Defense!
That line judge has never come back.
Quarterback keeper up the middle. Gets slung around for a gain of 5.
Yeah, that's pretty. You would like to think that if you were Giddings, they finally had a little success on the last drive right before half. It didn't result in points, but the quarterback keeper right up the middle was the best play they had.
Brought down by Bacon and Jander.
And they went back to it.
That's definitely been their best, most productive play is quarterback keeper. He hands it off again this time. Big run there by ball's on the ground. Gobblers recover it. There we go. So big run there by the running back for Giddings. He gets stripped of the ball, and the Gobblers recover on the Giddings 41-yard line. Second play of the second half. Turnover.
Would have been a first down, but you don't get a first down if you don't keep the ball.
That's exactly right. That turnover brought to you by Nimick Hay Baling.
I wouldn't be shocked if we took a shot on the first play here.
Right. 2 receivers to the far side, Williams and Durham.
Nope.
We give it to Belvin over the right-hand side, and he gets wrestled down by big number 68. Josiah Sampleton, a junior. That's one of the ones that Coach Alvarez pointed out this morning in the meeting was one of the players to watch for the Buffaloes.
Pick up a 1 to start the second half for the Gobblers.
Same formation. Durham and Williams to the far side, Johnson to the near side. Rosette fakes, rolls to his left, throws downfield, incomplete. Some scores of note around the district. Navasota leads LaGrange 14-7 at halftime. Smithville's leading Gonzales 28-13 in the third quarter. And the game you're in right now, Cuero Gobblers leading 21-0 over Giddings.
I'm sorry, what was Gonzales again?
28-13.
Smithville ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. You got 2 downs here. I don't think we'd punt from here.
All right, now Durham split to the near side. Williams and Johnson to the far side. Rosette.
First down.
Good catch, pass and catch there by LeBron, coming back for it right at the sticks. First down, Cuero.
That's just good execution. Line did what they needed to do to give Rosette time. He threw a dart right on the money, and LeBron knew where the stick was and caught it.
Gobblers come straight to the line. Hand off to Tyson over the right-hand side. Gain of about 5. Going to give him about 4, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Rosette.
There he is. Tight ends wide open.
Wide open. A.J. Arroyo. Good block there. Arroyo gets into the end zone. Good block by Tyson Williams to spring.
That's good for Arroyo. It's always exciting to see. He plays both ways, but defensive end, and get to see a guy like that get in the end zone and catching the pass. Good for him.
That touchdown by sponsored by Lance Tire and Automotive.
26 yards.
Rosette to A.J. Arroyo. And Crane punches it through. So with 9:20 left to go in the third quarter, that brings the score to Cuero 28, Giddings 0.
Yep, 5 plays, 41 yards. And let's see, 11:03. Took us 1 minute and 43 seconds to get it into the end zone. Look at the scoreboard. They got to deal with Spencer up there. Like,
oh, yeah.
Well, if you're Giddings, that is absolutely not the way you wanted to
No.
start the second half. I know you don't have the win, but you definitely didn't want to come right out, move the ball 25 yards on the ground, turn it over, and then let Cuero stick it in the end zone in 5 plays.
All right, here we go. Harrison Crane. Line drive down the middle of the field. Fielded at about the 7. Brought out to about the 27. Tackled by Mason Notaro and Micah Montalongo.
With the kickoff return for Giddings out to the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 Buffalo.
Go defense!
All right, Giddings comes to the line looking to try to get something going.
Get him defense! Get him!
Down 28-0. Quick pass out to the left flat. Caught. Made one man miss. First down, Giddings. Is that their first completion, Ray?
Second.
Second completion.
And 1st down. Shelburne with the tackle for the Gobblers.
Come on, tighten up! Get him, D! Get him defense! Get him defense! Get out! Come on!
Fakes the handoff, throws to a receiver downfield, caught. That's that receiver
tight
that
end.
Coach Alvarez was talking about, number 11.
Jesse De La Torre with the reception and 1st down into Gobbler territory.
Into Gobbler territory, 1st and 10 at the Cuero 47.
Jason Varela and Sean Brooks on the tackle for the Gobblers.
16 yards.
Defense! 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 Defense!
Another handoff
Oh, that's
to
holding.
the running back over the right-hand side. He breaks it out and ends up over on the sidelines of the Gobblers. So looks like the Giddings Buffaloes made some adjustments at halftime to they saw some things they liked, and they've come out and moved the ball.
From the 47 all the way down to the 18. So 29 yards. Yeah, they've got more yards and more first downs. They only had 1 first down in the whole first half. They've got 3 in the first 4 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
3 receivers split to the far side. Quarterback hands off to the running back again over the left-hand side. Another pretty good gain. Brought down by Christian Holmes. But not after about a 6-yard gain.
Ball's at the 12-yard line. 2nd down.
Quarterback fakes the handoff and keeps it himself, and he's cleaned up by Burks and Adrian Perez.
You pick up a 1, bring up 3rd and 3.
Along with Adrian Perez.
See if we can go back to our earlier season form of bending and getting people get down in the red zone and just seem to find a way to make a play.
You got to think they're probably going to go for it.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Big hole, closes quickly.
He didn't get there.
Burks, Jeremiah Wilson. He didn't get it, so it's going to bring up 4th and 2. All right, here we go. Bend but don't break defense.
Yep, they got down to the 12, and it's been 1 yard and 1 yard. Now they got 4th down and 2. See what Coach Blanc has up his sleeve here.
Only one receiver split out to the right-hand side. Give to the running back over the right-hand side. I think they're going to give it to him, Ray.
I think they are.
What would the run and
Okay, it's going to be close.
we're going to have a measurement for the first down.
Barely made it. 1st and goal for the Giddings Buffaloes.
He needed 2, and he got 2 and 4 inches.
How about a turnover here?
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if I was them. Where's number 11? He's not out there. Yeah, he is. He's over here in the slot to the left. I think they're going to throw it on 1st down to number 11. There he is. He was open if you know what I'm saying, but he was running it, but he.
Ball's taken down to the 5. Brought down by Burks.
2nd goal.
Hand off to the running back over the right-hand side. He gets down inside the 5.
Yeah. We need to have a negative play somewhere in this.
Somewhere.
You know, 8 yards and 4 plays is not that. They're going to put the ball on the 3, so they're going to give him 2.
3rd and goal.
All right. Tight formation for Giddings.
Giddings.
They call a timeout.
Yeah, they didn't. They weren't lined up properly. Looked like they were trying to overload a side and go unbalanced, and somebody didn't line up right.
All right, Ray, why don't you tell the listeners out there what happened yesterday in underclassmen ball, and then I'll talk about what the Lady Gobblers did tonight.
Okay. Well, let's start with the 7th grade white team. They won 24-22, and I believe at one point they were down 22-0.
6.
22-6, and came back and won 24-22, all in the 4th quarter. In the 7th grade, green team won 14-10. The 8th grade played combined, and they won 22-6. And then the 9th grade in the JV went to Giddings, and they played a combined game as well. And Cuero won 14-8. So looks like we may be in store for a perfect Thursday and Friday on that front. And we'll come back in a second. Got a little cross country news, and you probably have a volleyball update for us.
Yep.
But here we go. Third down and 3 from the 3.
quarterback under center for the first time tonight, I believe.
Yeah.
Turns and pitches to the running back over the right-hand side, and he is in for the score.
Giddings. 25 extra yards with
Kind of a moral victory, I think,
Yeah,
for the Giddings
more than
Buffaloes.
anything else.
But
the only bad thing is when you're down 28-0, you need to score a little faster than taking 6 minutes off the clock when there's only 15 minutes left to go in the game.
Exactly.
That was a 5-minute and 35-second drive.
Man, that kicker knocked it through. Looks like he's got a leg.
I think they have a soccer. I think they play UIL soccer.
Okay. All right. Well, in the tell everybody about the cross country.
Yeah, in cross country we had the district meets were held, and as Coach Alvarez told us, I think at the varsity level we're very young, but in the junior high level, Eli Garrett ran a personal best and placed second at the district meet for the junior high. And if I understand what I've heard right about him, I think he's got some long distance running in his genes.
That's what Coach Alvarez said.
So good job there by Eli. Congratulations, young man.
All right, and the Lady Gobblers on the volleyball court tonight, they traveled to Gonzales and won 25-21, 25-18, and 25-18. So
that's good.
That basically secures them a playoff spot with 2 games to go, I believe. So congratulations to the Lady Gobblers. Oh, yeah, and it was a clean sweep. Freshman won, JV won. So congratulations to all the Lady Gobbler volleyball players tonight and the coaches. All right. Onside kick. Ball is Giddings had a chance to get it, but I think Harrison Crane got it.
That's crazy how every Giddings player was jumping up and down, pointing like they had it, and the ref runs out there and instantly points Cuero's ball. They converted an onside kick last year after the first score of the game in the first quarter.
Well, the referees are talking about it. Harrison Crane came up with it, I thought.
Yeah.
And they are giving it to Giddings. Okay. And Jack Alvarez is out at the hash mark.
The hash mark.
Man.
Well, they had a great chance to get it, and the guy ran right by it. It's like he didn't even try to get it.
All right, so here we go. Giddings comes to the line. Gobbler defense needs to just stuff them and get a turnover and get the ball back quickly. Quarterback keeps it himself up the middle. So some hitting going on now. Gobbler defense is fired up after that call. Donovan Jones came in and laid the wood on the quarterback. Brings up a 2nd and 7. Three receivers split to the near side. High snap. Brant Patek laid the quarterback out right when he threw it, incomplete. Man.
That was pretty good lick.
Pretty good lick. Legal lick. All right, three receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Quarterback fakes the handoff, looks to throw, and is hit again.
Oh.
And Apatek almost intercepted it. Burks Burks laid the quarterback out. Patek, and that made the pass go wobbly.
Yeah.
Patek almost intercepted it, and the quarterback is still down.
He's still down.
Another
Holden Jatzlau.
Another legal hit
yeah.
by Burks that time. And, man, Patek is over there shaking his head like I had it in my hands. I think he's got hands like his dad.
Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he
yeah.
got it. But he got hit pretty hard in
the
bread
midsection.
basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting up. He just got the wind knocked out of him. Took a shot.
He's limping a little.
But he's got to come out for a play. So if they're going to go for it on 4th down, they're going to go for it with whoever the backup quarterback is.
All right, they're in punt formation, it looks like.
Wow. And this guy's not the punter either. I'd watch this. What is number 11 going to do here?
Fake to the up back.
And he ain't going to make it.
Yeah. Burks, along with Arroyo, they sniffed that out.
Right, yeah. You're not going to punt after you kick it onside and
right.
Go down. You're down 21 in the 3rd quarter. It's almost over.
All
so
right.
he picked up from the 44. He picked up 3, but the ball goes over on downs.
All right, so good defensive stand there by the Cuero Gobblers. Rosette flanked by 2 running backs. Shotgun, drops straight back, throws it up in the air.
Oh, he never saw the ball.
Durham lost it in the lights. Yeah, Ray, I was thinking the same thing. Coach Alvarez has got to be thinking, put another score on the board with the wind here,
Right. I'd like to see us throw a screen again. I think a lot of screens don't work well when people play man to man, but if people are playing zone, and you can let the rush come and just dump it off to the back because they're coming.
Pitch to Justice Belvin over the right-hand side. He is met, but not after a gain of about 7.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup on 2nd and 10.
Boy, our running backs run hard, don't they, Ray?
Do, yeah.
All right. Johnson split out to the left. Rosette pitches to Tyson again. Breaks one tackle, gets around the corner.
Cut back.
And then he's driven out of bounds. But good run there by Tyson Williams.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be 4th down. And instead it turns out to be 2 and, let's see, where are they going to put it? 2 and 17, a 19-yard run by Tyson.
First down, 1st and 10 from the Giddings 33-yard line. Minute 24 and counting. Left to go in the 3rd. Rosette rolls to his left. Tries to get around the corner.
Got him, man. Oh, that's pretty. That was pretty.
Rolls to the left.
Yeah.
Xavier broke his route off and got behind the defender, and Rosette just lays it up, man. That was pretty. That touchdown sponsored by Lance Tire and Automotive.
33 yards to the house. That's where, as the defensive back, you can never leave the receiver. You can't think he's going to run. But Xavier did what he should do, broke it off and just went vertical. Good job.
All right. Harrison Crane drives another one through. So with 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter, that brings the score to Cuero 35, Giddings 7. You're listening to and watching Gobbler football on YouTube.com. We're fortunate enough to bring it to you video streamed.
Well, our 2 touchdown drives in the third quarter, one was 5 plays in a minute 43. That one was 4 plays in a minute 41, 59 yards. Plays 59 yards.
Oh, good kick. Fielded at about the 12. Run down by Dadrian Perez along with Mason Nataro. Mason Nataro is making some good plays out there.
Tackled by Dadrian Perez and Mason Nataro.
All right, so Giddings will take over. 42 seconds left to go in the third. They'll take over at their 17-yard line. Give them the 18-yard line. One receiver split out to the far side. Hand off up the middle. Breaks out of the bunch and gets good yardage. Gain of 6, bring up 2nd and 4. Navasota and LaGrange are tied at 20 going into the fourth quarter.
LaGrange got some scary good athletes, man.
Quarterback hands off to the running back over the right-hand side, gets to the second level and runs over Jeremiah Wilson, who finally makes the tackle. Big gain there for a first down for Giddings, and that ends the third quarter, folks, with the Gobblers leading 35-7. This fourth quarter is sponsored by Gable Woodworking.
That's the end of the third quarter, folks. Gobblers 35, Buffalo 7.
Ah.
21-20.
Extra point.
Navasota
just came through.
LaGrange is up, I'm sorry. 21-20, LaGrange is leading Navasota. Gobblers travel to Navasota next week.
It's a long way for a high school football game.
Interesting to see what they'll do next year in realignment.
Yeah.
Three receivers split to the near side.
There you go.
Good tackle there by Dadrian Perez. Cut that running back down for a loss of 1. Another handoff over the right-hand side. And drug down after a short game by Burks. Arroyo. Varela. Brings up 3rd and 7. Three receivers split to the left side, one to the right. Fake the handoff. Quarterback keeps himself and slung down by Dadrian Perez.
No gain.
Ball at 38-yard line. 4th and 7.
All right, deep for Cuero is Dason Varela. End over end kick does not get the roll they wanted and goes out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. So going to give them the 20. That's where the Gobblers will take over. 9:37 left to go in the game, leading 35-7.
42-yard punt with no return. But that's not as good as you would want with the wind. You know what I'm saying?
I thought he'd get more of a roll, but that thing went straight left.
Went straight left.
All right, so let's see what Cuero does. Their second time into this stiff wind. Hands off to Jones over the left-hand side. Gain of about 4. That's Zyler Jones.
Zyler's first carry tonight. Yeah, you'd like to be able to see if you couldn't grind something out here into the wind. You know what I'm saying, and put together a good drive just running the ball.
Rosette looks, drops back to pass. Flags on the play, incomplete.
Incomplete pass by the Gobblers. There is a flag on the play.
He threw the ball fairly well into the wind, kept it kind of flat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he underthrew him, though.
Well, yeah.
It was a real. All right, we got a holding. So that'll push the Gobblers back.
Come back and throw the screen.
Yeah.
Easy to complete. They're going to be rushing hard. Second and 16.
All right. Johnson and Durham split to the near side. Tyson Williams split to the far side. Jones lined up next to Rosette. Rosette throws out in the left flat. A wobbly pass. Caught by Durham, but short gain. Going to bring up 3rd and 11. Three receivers to the far side. Rosette.
Oh, what a pass.
Throws a strike across the middle of the field to Tyson Williams, and Tyson makes a great catch.
Yeah, that was
with a couple of defenders around him. But that was a great pass, like you said, Ray.
If you listen and watch much on Sunday, the phrase they would use, that was a very small window.
Yes.
There wasn't a lot of room to put that ball, and he put it right where the only place he could put it.
Good concentration there by Tyson Williams.
As well, yeah, out to the 43, so we'll pick up 24 and a first down. That was just pretty.
Rosette fakes, looks downfield. He's airing it out, man. We don't care if we're going into the wind.
Eagerly batted with the Gobblers.
All right. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
That was that play he told us about where he was faking the toss and then throwing back. You know, he kind of.
Mm-hmm. Quick pass out to Jones. Short gain. Donovan Jones.
Step that down to the 46-yard line.
Going to bring up 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7 for the Gobblers.
Jack with some personal instruction there to Xavier as he goes out to the huddle. Under center.
Pitch to Jones around the right-hand side. He cuts it
upfield. Oh, good. What a plant. What a good job.
Good run there by Zeiler.
Stuck that foot in the ground and went north and south.
Got the linemen fired up. They're hooping and hollering out there. Ball is in Buffalo territory. Going to be spotted at the 41-yard line.
Picked up 13.
Same play to the other side. This time it's Tyson Williams.
Picked up 9. Down to the 32.
Gobblers going fast. Donovan Jones split out to the right-hand side. Same play to the same side. Tyson
gets the first down.
Gets the first. And again, up tempo. And we have a timeout, Giddings. 6:24 left to go in the game. Cuero leads 35-7.
Tell you what, we've done a good job tonight in the receiving. It's pretty. You got 6 receivers who've caught balls, and Xavier with the 2 TDs, you know, is up to 93 yards. But you got 6 guys who have caught a pass tonight. It's pretty good in high school football. You're not dependent upon
spread the wealth.
Spread the wealth. You never know where we're going. You've gotten two to your tight end and a touchdown. Johnson's got 3. Belvin's got 2 out of the backfield. Yeah, Tyson, you know, is their tailback, but like on that 24-yard completion, he wasn't lined up. He didn't come out of the backfield.
Yeah,
you know, they move him out like stand him
goes,
up like a tight end, or
yeah.
he splits out wide and becomes another wide receiver.
Tyson lined up as a lone back in the backfield. Melvin throws quick out to.
That's a good little play.
Donovan
line up with 2 tight ends in a kind of a nasty slot and only 1 wide receiver, and you throw it to the wide receiver.
Navasota leads now 26-21 over LaGrange. Pitch to Zyler Jones over the left-hand side. Gets down to about the 20.
You know, what I like about that was Zyler, and I think Justice that way, Tyson's that way. They don't it looked like, okay, there's two defenders there, really nowhere to go, but they don't try to reverse field and end up losing 4 more yards. They just stick their nose between the two of them and get 2 yards, and let's go to the next play.
Ball at the 20-yard line, 3rd and 2 Gobblers.
Going heavy this way. And that's
another
where they're
pitch
coming.
to Jones, and big 68 got in there first. Couldn't hang on, but
he still got back to the line of scrimmage.
His friends came and helped.
They're going to move it back out to the 21.
All right, so here we go, 4th and 3.
4th and 3 for the Gobblers.
Clock goes under 5 minutes. Quick pitch out to Tyson Williams. He gets the corner, makes one man miss, and then he's drugged down, but not after a Gobbler first down.
He's elusive and strong.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know who he reminds me of? Long-time, old-time pro, guy in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying he's destined for the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying that, but Marcus Allen, because he's tall and thin, but he runs like to me, he runs like Marcus Allen.
A lot of stiff arms.
A lot of stiff arm, and kind of shifty hips.
Uh-huh.
Played for the Raiders for all those years, and won a Heisman at USC, I believe. But tailback, a tall, thin tailback.
Jones up the middle.
And this is perfect what you want when you're up 35-7 into the wind. We took the ball at 9:37 and the clock just went under 4 minutes.
Jackson on the tackle for Giddings. Second and 7 for the Gobblers.
Hand off to Daniel Houston underneath. He gets his first carry of the night.
Danny Houston with the carry for the Gobblers.
I saw him in there in the backfield. I was wondering if they were going to give it to him.
Yeah, he's had a really good average this year when he carries the ball. I know they'd love to get him in the end zone here. I'll give you that number here in just a second.
All right, Gobblers facing 3rd and 7. Quick pitch to Houston over the right-hand side. He cuts it up. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, he's 10 carries for 58 yards,
hey,
5.8.
5.8. He hadn't got that on these 2 carries, but still, he's a tough little runner. A senior, trying to get him in there, getting some touches. All right, here we go. 4th and 5. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the game. Another pitch to Jones this time. He cuts up, gets inside the 5. I think he got it, Ray.
First down. Okay, yeah, he sure did. Good job by Zyler.
Jackson Hughes is in there on the offensive line.
No, they're going to say he didn't get it.
Oh, man.
They didn't even measure. That's one of those.
Why didn't they ask us? Because from up here, it looked like he made it.
Right, I know. They basically moved it back a yard on the spot. I thought he was at the 4.
Yeah.
They spotted it at the 5.
Well, I think they should have asked us because we had a better angle at it than they did. Don't you agree?
Yes, I agree. That's kind of like everybody in America knew that was a check swing on the last out of it. Did you stay up and watch it?
No.
Okay. At least I give the umpire credit today. He admitted that he made the wrong call, which you don't see very often.
All right, they hand off over the right-hand side as the clock goes under 2 minutes.
With the carry for Buffalo, tackled by 11. Brady Maddox.
Mason Notaro in there at safety. Braden Mathis in there at linebacker. Harrison Crane in there at linebacker. Got some guys in there that don't normally play defense. Handoff again over the right-hand side, and that is nothing but Gobblers right there.
Right. That went nowhere.
Mathis, Christian Holmes,
With another carry for the
Notaro.
out to the 10-yard line. Having to play by Brady Maddox. And Mason Notaro.
This is one of those deals, if you're the Giddings coach, you're like, don't snap the ball till 1 second left because then it'll be under 40 and we don't have to snap it again and punt.
Yeah.
They're just trying not to, and they can do it if they'll do it easily here because if they use up 4 or 5 seconds on this run and don't make a first down, the clock's going to run out. And he's not going anywhere. He's going backwards. Man.
That's Harrison Crane in there making some tackles.
19. Michael Montalongo, and 40. Harrison Crane.
They won't snap it again. That'll be it.
Yep. Folks, that's the last play of the ball game. Gobblers take this one 35-7. Kind of a tale of 2 quarters, Ray.
Yeah, we scored.
Although we did have some
The
success
long
on that
drive,
long
yeah.
drive, they didn't punch it in.
Yeah, but
all their points
all the
were scored with the win.
North to south. Yeah, 3 in the second quarter and 2 in the third quarter.
Yep. Well, folks, we appreciate you listening. Tune in next week as we travel to Navasota to face the Navasota Rattlers. Ray, enjoyed it.
Yeah, I haven't been to Navasota. Last time I went to Navasota, I'll have to go back. I'll look this up. Cuero played in Navasota in the early Buster Gilbert years, maybe like 72 or 73. So it's getting close to 50 years since Cuero's played. That'll be my trivia question for you.
All right.
Next week. We'll try to have an answer for that.
Well, want to thank Oscar Ray for his help on the technology part of this thing, and folks,
we couldn't do it without Oscar.
Couldn't do it without Oscar.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week.
Good night, everybody.